we've gone through how do I know when I need to hire somebody? If you're a company that's early on, you have to decide, when am I going to hire that first person that doesn't have a sales quota, that first person that's not dialing for dollars for me. If you're an existing company that already has an IT team, you have to ask, am I interacting with them right? Do I really have a strategic partnership with IT? Once you've got that team, we've talked about how to go out and choose the right technologies and how to execute buying them. But now, once you've gotten into that cycle, this is kind of the last place where it can fall apart, is that implementation and management. How do you run this and what do you do day to day? And some of the key things here, the foundation of it always is making strategic hires. So that's where you've got to ask, like I said, when do I hire another person for technology specifically that isn't going to have a revenue target tied to them, that isn't going out there and bringing in new business for me? A key decision that goes hand in hand with that, this is one of the key parts of this Goldilocks principle, is considering consultants. This is really when I talk about who is in the room when we're going and talking to a company, whether it's in a sales cycle, whether it's out there during the maintenance, or whether it's during an implementation. There's a whole world of consultants out there. And I might piss off some people in my LinkedIn network when I say this, but there are a lot of awesome consultants out there that you can hire and that you know from day one they're useful. There's a lot of other consultants out there that are going to nickel and dime you to death and not bring a lot of value to your company. We see that a lot of the time where consultants get in the door and they kind of just float by and they bill you for answering their emails. So considering consultants is a really important part of that. And a lot of times you don't want to hire someone full-time that you're paying benefits to and that you're going to keep on your team for 5 years. Sometimes it's right to go out to the market and find a consultant with the exact right experience and exactly what you're trying to do, and those connections in the industry to the right companies to help you get it done. And they can really be a force multiplier for you. But this almost becomes another sales cycle in itself of going out and choosing consultants. So when do I hire? Sometimes it's right to go out and get a consultant because you need the expertise, but you don't necessarily need it forever. And then going out there, evaluating, purchasing, and implementing, doing a lot of the tactics that we've already talked about, getting the right people in place. As Rick mentioned, getting the rituals right, doing the same things in and out to guarantee your success. And then this is where it gets into philosophy. The tip of the pyramid is going out there and being bold, trying hard. And before we conclude and move into Q&A, Rick, you are as much a philosopher as an IT leader. I like that one time I asked you what your job, how you described your job, and you said half your job is choosing the right analogies.
Right.
What can you tell us about your philosophy towards motivating the team and moving forward boldly and kind of taking risks with your IT strategy?
Well, I feel like there's kind of two questions in there. Motivating the team is sort of a leadership philosophy, and I just believe in like I said this to you before the call started. I believe in something that I learned at a previous employer called the say-do ratio. Leaders do what they say they're going to do. That's as simple as I'll get back to you by the end of the day. You get back to them by the end of the day. I'll send you that email before 5. You send the email before 5. Your reputation's built on your ability to live that say-do ratio. When it comes to motivating a team, I think you need to be transparent and vulnerable. Like you need to be able to say, I don't know. I'm still learning too. I don't want people to feel like they work for me. They work with me. These are all sort of my philosophies.